think of our business across the whole marketing funnel. Okay? This is the world, in my opinion, the world we live in today. The internet kind of sits at the bottom of that funnel. Right, wrong, or indifferent, that's kind of where we put ourselves as an industry. So over the last 8 years that I've been in this business, we've always tried to push up into here through display advertising. Right? We always get pushed back down because we define success as clicks, ROI, back on CPA, whatever it might be. That's the world we live in. Right? And that's kind of where we're continuing to go. And we're just getting bigger. So today, this represents 10% of global ad budgets. In the UK, it's 20%. It's getting a little bit bigger every year. But we think there's a different role to be played overall. I'm going to go through this quickly because I want to get to the other bit. So this is the way the world works, right? This is the way advertising and planning has been done for 100 years. Right? Everything from, on the far left, awareness, consideration, favorability or relationship, engagement, down to transactions. Right? That's how people plan their businesses. That's how Mindshare or Mediacom or OMD, whoever it might be, that's how brands think about their world. We as an industry decided to kind of call that impressions on the left and then clicks on the right. And we're all shifting, right, wrong, or indifferent, to the right. Right? So all the ad networks, everything that Yahoo's doing, Microsoft's doing, AOL's doing, is a shift further to the right from an accountability perspective. We actually believe there's a new opportunity around connections for big brands. This is our world. It's pretty simple, actually. On the far left, we have an ad platform, which serves what we call standard ads, ASU, or engagement ads. In the middle, we have a platform, a publisher platform, that allows people to create branded pages to engage users and connect with them. And on the right, we have an innovation platform, or an innovation hacker mentality, if you will, that allows us to change the way the world looks at things. But if you get down to it, this is our whole business. Right? We don't have lots of different ad units. All those impressions we were talking about before sit in one of these two formats. On the left-hand side, we have what we call our homepage ads. Right? So 70% of all the time spent on Facebook is on that page. So we've got around 10, 11 million users today, 120 million page views, and roughly 3.5 billion page impressions on that ad unit. There's one ad, that's it. That is where big brands typically live on Facebook. Right? So when someone's trying to launch, when Nike's trying to do a football campaign, that's where they will live for the most part. On the right-hand side, what we call ASUs. ASUs are typically designed for performance-based advertisers. Okay? Some of these numbers are pretty big. There's 10 million again, roughly 50 billion monthly ad impressions in the UK. And these are pretty simple. They're basically text and image. It's basically text and image. And it's a combination of those where you optimize against audiences. If we think about what that means, Trevor's in all my presentations. Trevor's like, well, there he is, cool. The ASU sits right here, right? And you have standard ASUs, which is, I'm just going to take someone right over to the client's website. You have standard with social, where you add a social element to it. So if someone hits that like button, a bunch of my friends will see that. So there's organic distribution. There's events and fan ads, which are part of our engagement platform. So when I become a fan of, in this case, Virgin America, my friends won't see I became a fan of Virgin America. Right? It's a combination of paid distribution and organic distribution. Up until now, typically, for people to get onto this platform, right? There's a self-service platform. We're all familiar with this. This isn't rocket science. It's what us do. People drive their traffic wherever they want. All they need is an image, some copy, and a link. You can target based on a whole bunch of different stuff, which I'll talk about in a second. You pay for it on either clicks or a CPM basis. It goes into a marketplace model. It's auction-driven, and there's an enormous amount of demand being driven into that today. From a targeting perspective, actually, in my mind, it becomes one of the most powerful platforms. It's the reason we're seeing performance levels that way outpace a lot of the performance that we used to see in banner advertising in the rest of the internet. So we can go in and target based on, I can find men 18 to 34, live in London, went to Oxford, and have Manchester United as part of their profile, and target those 400 individuals if that's what I want to do. Anybody can do that. The question is, how do you scale that? Because right now, in a self-service model, 400 users doesn't allow us, any of us in this room, to make money. It's very relevant. It clicks through at a very high level, right? It's great in ROI, but how do you scale a business, against audiences the size that you have or need? And this goes into talk about this. This just talks about, for example, High School Musical 3. You might want to target parents instead of kids. And so using keywords in people's profile, keywords such as kids, children, parenting, babysitting, right, and overlaying those with High School Musical 3 or cinema, whatever your target group is, it's that combination of demographics, profile data that allows us to start optimizing. So for us, as a business, one of the things I talk a lot about within my team is the concept of efficiency, effectiveness, and scale. Okay? Everything we do in our business, whether it's against users and how we translate the site using basically users to translate into 70 languages for us, or a developer platform which now has over 1 million developers building building applications. Right? These are just how you scale businesses globally. For us on the ad side, especially on the performance side of the business, we've elected to open the platform to build tools and allow other people to build on top of that. Okay? Because it all is about efficiency, effectiveness, and scale. That's everything we do. So really, when we think about the API, it's enabling third-party agencies to build on top of, to programmatically manage campaigns. So rather than going in and saying, okay, I'm going to target men 18 to 34 with 8 different creatives and rotate those creatives, which is fine, right? What about targeting men 18 with 25 different creatives and 40 different copy solutions and finding that one that works and scaling that one, but doing that in a very programmatic way, right? That is, and doing that against 22 million users in the UK, 110 million across Europe, and 300 million globally. We're not going to build those tools. It's not in our DNA. We're enabling others to build the tools. And so TBG is been a great, great partner. Been out to California quite a few times actually. Met with our developers, our engineers, to help them build a world-class solution, which we're launching today. So with that, I'm going to turn it over. So I know John's got some great actual information to share. And thanks for inviting us.
Thanks.